Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning from Australia. Welcome, everybody. We really do love seeing your faces here today. So wherever you're tuning in from, thank you so much. And I know we've got some late nights and some early morning ones, so we all welcome you. Now, on behalf of Kenton Patterson from New Zealand, who can't be with us today because he has to work, and Narelle Warcon, she's from Mackett in Queensland, and myself, Yvonne Mackett from Perth, WA. So we welcome you to our On Passive Aussie Guy and a Kiwi presentation. If you haven't already, please go across to our like page. We have put it in the description above in the chat, and just like that for us, because that would really help us out. Now, a little bit about Narelle, who will be presenting today. Narelle is from Queensland. We did actually connect through ONPASSIVE and the webinars, and we grew a great friendship. And together with Kenton from New Zealand, we did join forces to share ONPASSIVE Australia and New Zealand, just adding extra presentations to ONPASSIVE Oz. Now, Narelle is a published author and has many years' experience as a retailer, previously owning 2 florist businesses. Narelle has also spent many years and much money trying to create an online residual income. Narelle is a beautiful lady with a very big heart, and she loves helping those along their paths by sharing her knowledge and her story. So be sure to listen and have your questions answered at the end in our Q&A. So thank you, Narelle. You do an awesome presentation, so look forward to doing that, listening to you now. So I'm going to hand over to Narelle for the acknowledgement of country before she gives the presentation. So thank you, Narelle.
Thank you, Yvonne, and thank you for that lovely introduction. I want to welcome each and every one of you here today, because you're taking time out of your day, out of your evening, to support us here in Australia and New Zealand. So we appreciate that. So firstly, I'd like to do an acknowledgement of country. We would like to acknowledge the land in which we are meeting on today and pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging. We would like to thank them for the knowledge they share with us to look after the land and each other. So I'd like to take this time to start the presentation and share with you here today about what we are going to learn. So this is what you will learn here in this webinar today. So what ONPASSIVE is, who is in charge, what the ONPASSIVE product is, why our product is needed, the opportunity currently available, what the benefits are, and the founding opportunity. So what exactly is ONPASSIVE? Well, it's a very real business. And as you can see by our photographs here, we are bricks and mortar assets. So in Florida, this is where our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh, works out of with an executive suite. In India, this is in Hyderabad. Hyderabad is known as Tech City, or Silicon, like the Silicon Valley type of thing, where the best of the best have been sourced to be able to work with ONPASSIVE products, to create ONPASSIVE products. Mr. Ash Mufareh, our CEO, has sourced the best of the best. He went out there and decided that it wasn't going to be just any old technology. So we are a very real business, legal and compliant, and in over 200 countries. Can somebody please mute? We have, this is a picture or pictures of our Hyderabad office. And as you can see by the photographs, it's been set up really lovely. One of the things that Ash Mufareh wants is that people who want to work with or for ONPASSIVE for life, they become like partners. This is not just any old office where they're just, pitted against each other all the time, who's the best and things like that. Yes, they have competitions, and yes, our CEO has given away cars, iPhones, new scooters, and things like that. So it really is a wonderful place to work. And our CEO definitely made sure of that, that the people that are sourced to work here are the best of the best. So a little about our CEO, Mr. Ash Mafara. Well, Ash is a man with a vision for the future. Ash attended the American Intercontinental University for a master's degree in information technology and e-commerce. Ash has over 20 years experience in online business and has researched the likes of Walmart, Google, Twitter, Microsoft, Amazon, and many more. Ash understood how the internet has the potential to change the world and change poverty into prosperity. And if I can expand on that just a little, Ash really saw that there needed to be change on the internet. He worked, like is just said, for 20 years, he's experienced online businesses. He created a lot of the technology for a lot of those businesses and found that there was only about 3% of people making money, big money, and they weren't sharing it with any of us, you know? And he found that because he has a big heart, he wanted to do something and create something that was able to be done by anyone in any country. So he knew that he had to bring about a change and bring about a change to humanity, bring back a balance to humanity. And that's why we're so passionate about ONPASSIVE, is because of our CEO and his heart and what he's handed down to us. Ash is a family man with a beautiful wife and 2 young sons. He has a keen interest in NASA and enjoys fishing and hiking. So ONPASSIVE's product, so there's no recruiting or converting leads. I think that's one of the things that we, as online marketers, as online businesses, you know, as people who have tried to make an income online, have always failed at, is that recruiting and converting leads is difficult. We send guaranteed targeted traffic to your website. It's self-funding and it's all done for you. That's right, 100% done for you. And I think that's what a lot of people are sort of not understanding, how a company, like, they don't really have to do anything. You know, how does that work? And we'll get to that a little bit later on in the slides. So every imaginable tool is there for your success, and it's all easily accessible in one place. So that means one login, one password, one interface. There's no copycat or recycled tech. And again, I bring it back. When I started out, you know, and bringing about this change, and he wanted to create ONPASSIVE, what he found was that when he went out there to search for the platforms that he would need to build ONPASSIVE, he found that they were old technology. So he went about to create, that's why it's taking some time. You know, in the beginning, this has evolved so much from when it started in 2018, because there was so much that needed to be done. You know, coding needed to be done. There was brand new technology, AI technology, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. So there is absolutely no copycat here in ONPASSIVE, and it's the lowest price anywhere on the globe. So let's go through a few of the portfolio products that are available. Now you can go and view these on our website, which is at www.onpassive.com. Have a look, see how they fit into your life. See how they're going to change, you know, what you're using now. There are a few small videos available on some of these products, but there's also a write-up about them. If you have a business, small, medium, or large, please take a look, because this is going to change your business life. The way you do business is about to change. So let me just run through a couple. Onet. Now, I don't know about you, but I am absolutely fed up with the social media platforms, in particular Facebook. And I don't like calling out names, you know, but you all know that Facebook has become, it's a different, you know, they're censoring things that don't need to be censored, and they're allowing things that shouldn't be allowed. They put people into what they call Facebook jail for not really saying anything at all. And they sell your information to third parties. And they've done that for a long time, because you know what? We didn't have anywhere else to go. We've had other platforms come up, and we've had some of those, you know, there and available. And there are a few people that go over to those, but they seem to always come back to Facebook, because you know what? They just know it. But the thing is, we are going to have something that far outweighs anything that Facebook has ever shown you before. And we're going to be able to know that we are safe and secure, because ONET is not going to sell your information to third parties, guaranteed. The other one is OConnect. OConnect is a hassle-free video communication tool, similar to the platform that we're using right now, Zoom, but far superior. And by far superior, I mean it's going to have the technology, the AI is connected to OConnect, and we're going to be able to speak in English, and somebody in another country is going to be able to hear it in their language. We have approximately 57 different languages that will be available. Can you now see how OConnect is going to be far superior? Because having that alone, you know, you're going to be able to connect with people all over. If you use a Zoom platform now for business, oh my gosh, you know, there's no more having to use translators and things like that. This OConnect platform will do that for you. It really is truly amazing. One of my favorites, and the reason why I got into ONPASSIVE was Obless. Obless is an amazing platform. I was at the time, I had sort of given up looking for anything online. Honestly, I'd tried a few things and I was over it. But I do fundraising for my great niece, Mimi. Mimi, it was born with cerebral palsy, and Mimi can't walk. She just turned 9 back in July, and she's the most inspirational, beautiful little girl that just has a never give up attitude. One day she wants to win a race against her dad. But in doing that, her parents have to take her for treatments, and those treatments are very expensive, $8,000 to $10,000 twice a year at least. They'd like to take her more, for a 3-week block in Sydney. So they leave their home in Queensland. They have to fly and they have to pay for accommodation. Sydney is not a cheap place. And then they have to catch, you know, I think it's 1 train, 2 buses to actually get Mimi to her treatment centre. But the treatments are helping Mimi, and they're working on her muscles, and they're helping her to be able to one day walk. But oh bless is what caught me, because a friend of mine, I was fundraising on Facebook, and a friend of mine sent me a message, private message, and she said, Narelle, I'm sorry, I can't help with finances right now, but I would love you to take a look at this, because I really think that this might be able to help you and help little Mimi and her parents with her treatments. So it was about a week before I actually got around to taking a look. And when I opened it, I watched a video from Mike Ellis, and I joined immediately, because Oh Bless is going to give 100% of the profits to those who donate, those who are fundraising. Now, let me share with you why that is so important. With GoFundMe, with Facebook fundraiser, and there are a couple of other platforms out there, crowdfunding platforms, they actually take 15 to 30% of the top. So they're actually earning off of your goodness, off of your good heart. You know, the fact that when you're blessed, you want to bless others is, I shake my head every time. And I know that a lot of the people here today do so also, because how can they take away from those people who need it the most? You know, it is estimated that in this year alone, $114 billion is what their market share is going to be. How ridiculous is that? Do you know how much $114 billion could do for those people, could do for those children with no water, could do to those who have not enough food, to the homeless, to those on the street under the bridge, you know, to those who just don't have enough to get by, unable to send their children to school? $114 billion just for this year. It really is ridiculous. So, oh bless, oh my gosh. It was my sponsor's name is Val Astle, and Val sent me that email that day. And I tell you what, I've been grateful every day since, because it really is truly amazing what, you know, just sending out and sharing. She was just sharing with me. She wasn't selling anything. So, oh bless is that platform. It's at the forefront of ONPASSIVE. And it's proven scientifically in our DNA that the power of giving is 10 times more rewarding and fulfilling than receiving and taking. And that was said by our CEO, Mr. Ash Mafarah. And it truly is. You know that when you give, how good it feels, right? It makes you smile. And it certainly makes your heart feel good. So ONPASSIVE gives all of the money raised to your community, to your cause, or to your idea. And just remember, there are many out there suffering right now. You know, if you're a part of your community, your school, this is going to be the platform for you to be able to help those people in need. So why do we need this? Let's compare the list. So the internet's current model, it's based on competition and conflict. It's 97% of scams. They turn into money pits, requires selling and recruiting. Now I'll just expand on that a bit. When we say that turns into money pits, most of the time, if you're anything like me, you know, the bright shiny objects, you go and have a look. These are done through MLM companies, online marketing companies, or online network companies. And what has been, I suppose for me, is that some of their products are really quite amazing. But to get it out to a lot of people, they put it on an MLM platform. Now, that worked for a little while, and it worked for those who got in early, right? But it doesn't work for those coming in later on. And the fact is, it's because you have to sell and recruit. Now, I had a lot of empty promises. Well, I had a lot of promises made to me. Later on, I found out that they were empty promises. Because I have quite a large because I have a large following, because I'm an author, things like that, people thought, oh, great, Narelle's going to do fantastic. The only thing is, I don't know how to sell and I don't know how to recruit, you know, and I find myself procrastinating around that. And if somebody said to me, you just got to do what I do, I found that very difficult because I can only be me. I can only use my words. I can only talk the way I talk. So building a list, you know, butcher, baker, candlestick maker, your neighbors, you know, the community, the school, making those lists was the easy part. Ringing them up and asking them if they wanted to come into your business or buy your product wasn't for me, and it wasn't going to work. And I found that after, you know, 2 or 3 months after that money kept coming out of my account, I found that, you know, this wasn't going to work. And even though some of those products I still use, that's the only reason I'm there, is because I still use the products. So all the tools are obtained separately in the current internet model. There's no guarantees that you're going to make money online, and it pits marketers against each other. And again, let me just say, there's a lot of new products coming out daily. You know, you see it on the internet, you see your friends saying, hey, I've got the best of the best products here because it's going to do this, this, and this. You know, the health industry has gone crazy because of the lockdown and all of those things. And people are going, you know what, I want health products. I want to be healthy. I want to look after myself. So the health industry has gone berserk. But which one do you know? You know, do you know which one works? Do you know which one is going to, or which company is going to still be there in a year's time or 2 years' time or 5 years' time? So that's the problem with all of those. There's no real transparency. And the compensation is based on your own efforts. So if you don't get out there and sell and recruit, guess what? You're not going to get paid. I think my first check was $8.42, and I didn't get much more than that after that. But, you know, many people fall by the wayside because of that reason. You know, their bills start to come in, and what happens is they think, oh, this monthly fee that I have to pay, it's got to go because I've got to be able to feed my children or pay my electricity or my car registration, whatever. So ONPASSIVE's new model is based on mutual benefit. So it's a real business, real products, real people. It's self-funding, so it pays you to use it. Now think about that a little bit. Have you ever been paid to use a product and tool? I doubt it very much, unless you're, you know, up there in the top. So marketers don't have to sell. We don't have to recruit. Every tool is needed for success. We're included in one low price. We have money back guarantee. According to our NDA, which is a 30-day money back guarantee, marketers compete only with themselves, and it's revolutionary, breakthrough, and patented compensation plan. Never seen before. So everybody in the near future will use something from ONPASSIVE, whether they come for the money or the tools, the benefits, connections, or communication, they will have a reason to come to ONPASSIVE. Now, the reason why I say that is, if you're having a look at this today, if you're a guest, you already use a lot of these tools. You use social media, you use email accounts, you use Zoom perhaps. You know, there are many, you might be in a small business, you know, where you're using a lot of the other tools, you know, domain. There are so many, you know, that you're going to come for, because it's just going to be so much easier. You know, everything is going to work. You don't have to have all of these tabs open during the day. And what we have available right now for a very short time, and what I've been saying is millimeters. We're millimeters away from going into an explosive launch, you know, where we will change over from our Go Founders site to our O Founders site, and then we'll start stepping step by step, millimeter by millimeter, into our amazing launch. You know, this is the time. You have never had this in front of you before like it is right now. So the founder's position is available to you, a founder. Have you ever been asked to be a founder in Google, Apple, Microsoft, any of those, Facebook? No, you weren't, because they kept it very tight to themselves, if not just a few people. Where our CEO has a heart of gold, he saw that and he wanted to be able to bring this so that everybody could be able to afford to be a founder. Now, look, not everybody will be a founder. Not everybody will see his vision. And we all understand that. But those who do will see and hear what we have said today and share with this and say, you know what, I want to be a part of being a founder of ONPASSIVE. And it will be an honor to say that. So that cost has been kept very low. Our CEO could have made it anything he wanted, but you know what? He made it at a price that everybody could afford. So even in those countries, Papua New Guinea, Haiti, Uganda, South Africa, and a lot of the other places that are in, you know, the countries that don't have the finances to be able to do this. They're out selling stuff, or they're making it work so that they can have a founder position, because it will change not only their lives, not only their communities, but it will also change their countries. So $97 US plus a $5 admin fee. And by $5 admin fee, we mean that is what the banks charge, excuse me, for that transaction. We do say, you know, there are a couple of ways of paying. We do say that, you know, paying by credit card is the easiest because it's accepted immediately and you have access to your back office immediately. Now, this equates to approximately 136 Australian dollars or 143 New Zealand dollars. So it isn't a lot to get in as a founder. You know, what if this is truly amazing and you say no to it? You know, you'll never be able to get back this time. So it really is important. Now, ONPASSIVE is a subscription-based business, which means that at hard launch, a once out-of-pocket payment of approximately 250 US, and you can work that out in your country's coin, you know, whatever finances it is, or less, and that will start your subscription. Now, the guarantee here is it is a once out-of-pocket payment. That means that you become a founder, you pay your founder for your founder position, you have rights to be, you have a back office. You know, you're able to go into your back office, you're able to listen to recordings, you're able to see our CEO in those recordings, you're able to see all of the leadership council who help so many people worldwide. You're able to have links that are available for you to share out with anybody you would like to share it with, right? But the subscription will only once come out of your pocket. And that is a guarantee, because those people who will be coming in after we go to hard launch will be our customers and resellers. And those people have to go somewhere, and they are going to go under us, the founders. It really is truly a unique business that you're looking at here today. When that 250 starts, the next months after that are going to come out of your commissions, coming out of your funding wallet, because in ONPASSIVE we have 2 O wallets in the back office. One is your funding wallet, and that's where the money, the commissions will be paid into, so that the funding for that next month's subscription will be available from that wallet. The other wallet is yours. Oh my gosh, you never have to worry about a check in the mail. You never have to worry about it being transferred into your bank account again. It will be there for you to see every day, every hour, and you can access that O wallet whenever there is money in there. You know, so that is quite unique, not just waiting around, not just having to hit goals. Remember, we don't go to work for ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE goes to work for us. So it's time to completely run your whole business on autopilot. So autopilot any business opportunity, and everything is 100% done for you. Your advertising, your marketing, your leads, your signups, your recruiting, team building. Yes, it automates your existing business and provides a massive income opportunity by simply using this breakthrough platform. Now, if you have a business already, please, you know, have a listen, ask some questions after this presentation, because you need to learn how this is going to benefit your business. So the benefits of being a founder, you will earn residual income for life. And now, not just for your life, but you will be able to will this to your children and to their children and so on. Isn't that quite amazing? Targeted traffic to your website given to you by the company. Remember, we are not going to work for ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE goes to work for us. ONPASSIVE builds your business and team for you automatically. That's going to free up a lot of time for you. All you people in small business and things like that, this is an amazing opportunity right here. You will be part of the beta testing and inner circle decision making, and pay one time out of pocket, and the subscriptions are paid from profit, which I just explained. You will benefit from massive marketing campaigns. Now, let me share this with you. We at ONPASSIVE are going to be seen everywhere. Television, we're going to be heard on radios, we're going to be seen on billboards. We already, our building in Hyderabad has billboards everywhere with ONPASSIVE. It really is an amazing company that is going to market ONPASSIVE out to the world, and no one will be able to say they haven't heard about it. And you can say, I'm a founder. So we have access to every tool you will ever need, and it's 100% hands-free. Yes, it is new. Yes, it is different. Yes, you've never seen it before, but this is the opportunity right now to become a founder, because they are closing off, like I said, millimeters away from launching. So Warren Buffett says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And how true is that? The old adage of, you know, work hard, bust your guts to be able to retire on, you know, less money than what you were used to, and then maybe live another 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years. Well, that's not the way it should be, you know, and that worked okay for a little while. And so many people worked so hard to be able to provide for their children. Well, this is like your plan B. If you still want to go to work, that's okay. Because if you love your job, which I'm sure there are very few these days who actually love going to work, then this is the opportunity for you. Don't work your guts out, you know, don't do it the hard way and then retire with less than what you ever had or the lifestyle that you were used to. You know, have a look at this opportunity today. So you can be passive or active. And what we mean by that is that passive, you can come in as a founder and you don't have to do anything at all. But with active, we just ask that you share it. What Yvonne, myself and Kenton are doing with our Australia and New Zealand ONPASSIVE Aussie girls and a Kiwi guy is sharing it out to our countries, because we know that you're all out there suffering in some sense, in some way, and worried, and you're feared probably about what the future holds. Well, this is guaranteed to bring you in that residual income for life. And everyone uses the internet. Everyone uses the tools that are available here. And again, I bring it back, you know, one easy platform and it's all done for you. So passive or active, everyone will win. You just need to get in. So thank you for joining us to learn more about this life-changing opportunity. Your time is very precious. We understand that. If you have people from all, well, we ask for all over the world. If you have people here in Australia or New Zealand, please send them the link to this. We are here to help your people to be able to share with you this opportunity, to be able to bring it to the world and make it global. And by the way, one thing I did not mention, we have over 1,047,000 founders as of this morning when I looked. That's over 1 million founders. Have you ever heard of that? I don't think so. So it's time now to make that decision and get in. Thank you very much for listening today.
Thank you, Narelle. That was absolutely awesome. Very informative and brilliant slides. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Narelle.
So great. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'd just like to just add a little bit there to what Narelle has been talking about today. I've been in network marketing for 30 years. I've also built a couple of businesses from scratch, which, you know, it's all word of mouth with what I done. So when I did join the network marketing business, I loved the products and I could, you know, sell the benefits of the products, which I could actually recruit people that way. But when it came to growing the business, I just couldn't do it because I just could not work online. So it's okay for me to do one-on-one and grow a business, but you can only go so far in your little niche, you know, around you. To grow a really good network marketing business and to be that one of the 3%, you know, you need to know how to work online, how to market. And that's one thing I could not do. So when I come across ONPASSIVE, it was the answer to my dreams. It was the answer to all my problems. So I'm so grateful to Colin O'Brien, who actually introduced me to ONPASSIVE. So if there is anyone out there that you know that is working in MLM or has a business that is struggling, please share this out with them because this is going to help their future. So thank you very much, Narelle. That was awesome. And I'd like to welcome Chris Johnson to say a few words, because it's lovely to have you here, Chris. Thank you. On Leadership Council.
A few words.
A few words. As
there
many
you go,
as you
a
like.
few words. Hey, Yvonne, I'm just kidding you. Do we have any guests on here? Do we know, or is it all founders?
If there are any guests, if you could just raise your virtual hand, that would be appreciated. We are calling on questions from guests as well. And if you don't want to raise your hand, if you, you know, a little bit scared because it's your first time here, then please pop your question into the chat box below. Appreciate that. Chris, we'll just take it as there may be a guest or two here. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. If you are a guest, welcome to Australia and New Zealand. Really glad to see some New Zealanders on here. I see that's building up, so I'm really happy about that. Most of you know who I am. I'm Chris Johnson. I'm an average guy just like you. I'm from Warren, Michigan in the USA. I was lucky enough to have this beautiful company fall right into my lap about 3 months after I retired. I thought, you know, okay, I'm retired. I don't want to work anymore. I'm done. And then when I seen what this was all about, I got extremely excited and I dove headfirst right into it. I've been swimming in ONPASSIVE for well over a year now. I can't stop talking about it. And what I like about it the most is for the 32 years, actually it was over 40 years that I worked on 55 of my life, all labor jobs. I never had a office job. Because that probably would have killed me first, but I was always a labor kind of guy. And knowing all the things that I did in my life, now I got a company that's coming in and I'm paying, what is it? Not 100, and how much is it Australia, New Zealand, Narelle? I don't want to say the wrong word.
About 136 for Australia and 143 for New Zealand. Depends on how it's floating against the US dollar on the day. So
there you go. Thank you. So for that little bit amount of money, excuse me, believe it or not, to have someone do everything for you. And a lot of people always question me when I say that. I go, well, I just kind of put in perspective is I spent 32 years with Ford Motor Company, and I went in, I worked ungodly hours, literally 16 hours, some 20-hour days. And I always had to be there. And I'll be totally honest, I didn't like it at all. I never liked it. I just did what I had to do to pay my bills, to take care of my family. And now I got a company that's coming along and saying, hey, you pay us this, what I call a little bit of money to do everything for you. And you can sit back and you can sleep in. Man, that's a plus for me. I like that already. You can go fishing with my buddy Ron. That's a big plus. I can go down and play with the alligators and crocodiles in Australia with Yvonne and Narelle. I can go down with Kenton and we can go hat shopping. I mean, all this. Why? Because you're going to be earning a residual income. Everything Narelle just said. Everything Narelle, and by the way, once again, perfect, Narelle, on your presentation as always. It's an amazing thing. A lot of people say that, Chris, no way. Hey, listen, I never even said that, to be honest with you. I just paid it, learned it, and I didn't have to learn it. I could have just paid it and sat back and watched it grow. But there's a big thing to that. You know, there's a lot of us that live around a lot of people or know people that just aren't doing so good, especially with this virus and the lockdowns and all that crazy stuff. People are losing lost their jobs, their houses. I do have friends that are living in their cars right now. They're founders. They're waiting for this to happen. Those are the people that I really like to help out. But there's people in your neighborhood right now who need this. They need this. And I always say, if you got the extra funds, help them out. It's always going to come back to you when you give. And it truly is that company. It's a company, which we say with a heart. It's the most giving company I've never seen a company. I've never seen an Ash CEO or Ash Mafara give away everything. And that's how I look at it. He's giving away everything to everybody, anyone that wants to come into this company. So, but when we say it's all done for you, the only thing you really got to do, two things: share it if you want, and pay your taxes. That's the honest to God truth. You really don't have to know anything about technology, because I'm the poster child for not knowing anything about technology. That's the truth. Cedric knows how bad I am with technology, but I would say take the leap of faith, pay the money, get in here, find out all about it. You just seen one of the best presentations out here. We do have presentations all over the world in any language, any given time of the day and night, because I've been on them all around the world. So this isn't just in Australia and New Zealand. Australia and New Zealand were the last ones introduced to ONPASSIVE. So we got a lot of work to do. So we, as founders, especially in Australia and New Zealand, we got to wake up Australia and New Zealand and get people in there that are hurting into this company, into this business, into this opportunity of a lifetime. So don't be afraid to tell someone about it. If you do happen to know someone that's in Australia or New Zealand, get them. These are the best two girls right here, right now. They work together as a team. They're making notice of ONPASSIVE throughout these two countries, which I love. And as you can see, we got a bunch of people on here from all over the world that we're going to help them out. And that's what we do. So check it out. Get back with one of these people, sign up, and sit back and enjoy and let it happen. So that's all I got, Narelle.
Thank you, Chris. Always good to hear from you. Chris is an amazing, I would call him a rah-rah, a rah-rah person in ONPASSIVE. And you know what? We have to have those, because they're the people who stand up and go, you know what, I'm here. I'm here for ONPASSIVE. I'm here for the people of ONPASSIVE. I'm going to shout it from the rooftops, because he sees what ONPASSIVE is going to do for our world. That's the big deal here. It's people who are changing people's lives. You know, changing lives is the name of our webinar, because it's not me and Yvonne personally, it's not Chris personally, collectively. I mean, we can all change certain people's lives in our areas, in our communities. You know, I can help Mimi as much as I can, and I've certainly set up a founder position for Mimi for her treatments for life, because they will be ongoing for life. That's something that I've always wanted to be able to do, and now I have the opportunity to do it. So thank you, Chris. You are amazing. We thank you for your support always. I'd like to bring on Abdua, and then I will check the chat box to see if there's any questions in there. Abdua KKK. I just like saying that. Thank you for joining us today. Please share a little bit with us, and reminder that we may have some guests here today.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I left an early webinar just to be with you guys.
Oh, thank you.
They had close to 300 people there, but I feel I was much needed to be here to help you guys as much as I can. I enjoy your presentation, Narelle. I always do. I enjoy Yvonne when she give her presentation. You know, I just want to say, for those that may be sitting on the fence, don't know what we're really talking about, there's a lot of people suffering everywhere in the world. People that's struggling to feed themselves. People struggling to take care of their family members. There'll be a mom or uncle. People are struggling to trying to decide whether they buy their medication or buy food. You know, some mom somewhere may be struggling about how she's gonna take care of her child. If you ever had a prayer where you needed some help and you wish life would change for you, here's your opportunity right here. ONPASSIVE is a changer that will change your life. Mr. Asmafara, first I want to make sure I give great honor and respect to Mr. Asmafara and his lovely wife and his 2 kids. But what they have done for common people like myself is remarkable. It's really a miracle. Some people say they don't believe in miracle, but ONPASSIVE is a miracle. It's going to be a miracle for a whole lot of people, going to change people's lives. You know, we got peoples in certain countries like Papua New Guinea, and not only just in Papua New Guinea, Australia, New Zealand, even in the United States, a place where it's supposed to be one of the richest places in the world, and they got homeless people living on the street. You got a place like in Los Angeles, they got people 2 miles up and down the road, which, you know, trying to sleep, you know, and then they got to worry about somebody stealing the little stuff they have in their little shed trying to live. So we got all type of suffering going on. But here's an opportunity right now that you have an opportunity that not only to bless yourself, but you can bless others. So don't pass up this opportunity, because it may not ever come again. I don't believe it's ever gonna come again, but I'm just being polite. Don't pass up this opportunity. You have a chance right now to change your life and your loved ones, and you will be glad that you did. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Now I can speak a whole lot more, but I try to. Sure.
Thank you, Abdul. I really appreciate
Thanks,
and
Abdul.
respect you coming on and sharing what you did today. And you're right, you know, it's seeing that that huge heart, you know, and what change we are going to bring to the world. And it's in all countries, you know, 212 countries that we're in. It's really going to make that ripple effect go out everywhere, you know, because collectively over 1 million founders with the same passion, with the same heart, is truly going to be an absolute honor and pleasure to see. Do you know what I mean? Like, even though it's a sad situation where there's a lot of people suffering out there, the smiles that you can bring to just one person's face can make a big difference, you know, and then that person can help, and you can help another person. Collectively we will make a big change. So thank you for sharing that today. Cedric, he's the Hollywood Squares, I think they call you, don't they? Come on down.
Yeah, I know made that name. I guess famous second time around, I guess. How everyone doing? Well, my name is Cedric Flowers. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was just I was basically a blue collar worker. I was a bus driver out in the airport, a bus company called First Transit. Drove the people back and forth to the employees back and forth to the terminals. And due to the pandemic, got laid off. But shortly after that, I got introduced to ONPASSIVE. Best decision I ever made in my life. You know, this is the best olive branch in the world. All you got to do is just reach out and grab it. Thank you, Mr. Ashfar. I'll be thanking you for the rest of my days. And, you know, he stopped me from running in place. Now, I know, Chris, you told me I was sitting in place now. But it's all good. You know, it's coming, though. You know, it hurt me to my heart when I know I got some people that I grew up with. They don't believe in this, but it's okay. I'm not going to get into that. But Warren Buffett put it best for me. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work till you die. And this is it right here. You know, I tell everybody every day, God tapped me on my shoulder every day and tell me this is it. This is the best decision I ever made. I mean, I've been going to a lot of webinars and seminars, you know, forever. That's why I was just searching and searching and searching. But now, you know, I think, in my opinion, I think Google is upset with us because now ONPASSIVE is everything you're searching for. So everything under one umbrella. I mean, you can't beat these products. You know, I love OChat. You know, OChat is what's anchoring this ship. You know, that's what giving us is the opportunity to sleep while we make apples. And you know, the OConnect, the automated translator, you know, we can talk to everybody across the country and, you know, and one language, you speak English over here in the US, talk to someone in France or Germany, they'll get it in France, they get it in French and German. You know, the products can't be beat. So I'll leave it with
very exciting.
I'll leave it with this. I know I'll keep going on. ONPASSIVE is a great thing. It's a great business. You know, the people business. But like my grandmother always say, before I tell you something wrong, I won't tell you nothing at all. Just get in. You got nothing to lose.
Absolutely.
Everything to gain.
Thank you, Cedric.
See you at the very top where your ears will pop.
Absolutely. Woohoo! And what you said, like, you know, some people are not going to see the opportunity, but that's okay. They're your friends. You know, not everybody sees the opportunity, but you did, you know, and how each and every one of us can feel so honored and blessed to have seen the opportunity. We're all searching for something. I hear it all the time. You know, we're all out there, whether you were praying for it, you were searching for it, or you tried, or you'd given up, even like myself. But obviously there was something in ONPASSIVE that I saw that was above and beyond anything else that I had ever seen before. So Yvonne, I'm not quite sure whether there's any questions in the chat box, but we might go to our next speaker.
Yeah, no questions at the moment, but Ron would probably like to have a word. Welcome, Ron.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Narelle. Thank you, Yvonne. Great presentation, like always. I love listening to you, and this has been a great presentation. So we appreciate that. I kind of grew up around networking. My mom was in networking for many, many years, and I saw her businesses grow while I was growing up, you know, and the money that she was making and trips she was taking. And but I really did find myself interested in it. But in 1981, I started network marketing 41 years ago, and been in a lot of companies. Didn't make a lot of money, okay? Paid a lot of auto shipments. And lady that sponsored me in the last company that I'm still in since 1998 shared ONPASSIVE with me. And I really listened to her just because she was a friend. And I told her, you know, I'm about up here, and but I'll look at it. So I got a chance to look at some videos done by Ash McFarland, our CEO. I watched some videos from Mike Ellis and Michael Williams. And this was in probably a 1 or 2 day period. And I joined, I registered. I said, this is too good to be true. And but speaking with our CEO, Ash McFarland, this man does everything from his heart. He has a heart as big as Texas, and a smile to match it. And after speaking with him and being a retired police officer and being able to read people and the way they talk and the way they act and the way they move, I could tell right away that this man was legitimate. There's nothing phony about this guy. When he tells you something, he means it because it's coming from his heart. And he wants to see everyone in the world succeed. He's tired of the 3% at the top that walk across the stage with that 6-foot check. He wants to help the 97% of us that never got that chance. So ONPASSIVE is a unique company. It is a well-designed company, and it is going to change the lives of everybody that becomes a founder in ONPASSIVE. And there's nothing that, you know, everybody can tell you different phrases that you want to hear or things like that. What I'm telling you is Michael Williams is probably my favorite. You know, if you don't understand it, that's all right. Just get in today and learn tomorrow. Okay. We have so many videos and publications out there for you to learn that you will never have to go anywhere else besides ONPASSIVE. Okay. So all I got to say, if there's guests on here, I was probably the biggest skeptic in the world being a cop, but I saw the vision of Ash McFarland. I saw the truthfulness in his heart, and that made my decision to become a founder in a multi-billion-dollar company for $102. Where else in the world can you do that? You can't. So don't procrastinate. Okay, just get in today and learn tomorrow, and join all of us, all of the founders, 1,047,000 founders. Okay, and we're all here to help you. We're not in competition. Okay, we're all equal. Okay, but the more you share it, the quicker you will get to that financial freedom that you're looking for. So I just want to say I love everybody. Okay, I'm here to help you if you need it, and just get in it. That's all I can say. Just get in it.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you letting me talk.
No worries at all. And there we go, people. This is the retired police officer from the police force. They learn how to read people's faces. They've got to know in a split second, you know, whether something's going to go right or wrong. And here we have beautiful Ron Holbert sharing with us that what he saw from our CEO, Mr. Ash McFarland, is something he felt, he knew just by looking at the man, by hearing the man, that, you know, it is real. You know, it's no need to question anymore. You know, you have to take a chance. Sometimes you have to know that there are people out there. We have people from all walks of life, right from Chris, who, you know, labored most of his life, Yvonne, who set up businesses, you know, Cedric, you know, in the blue collar workers, you know, and a retired police officer. They're from all over the world, but all, from all different professions, and a lot of IT also that are coming into ONPASSIVE now because they see the benefits. Oh my gosh, you know, that in itself, for IT people to actually see the benefits of ONPASSIVE and know that there is nothing out there that they can build or create themselves, which is going to give them this great opportunity. So thank you, Ron. I do appreciate you sharing from your heart today. You really are truly amazing. I'd like to bring on Jay Wu, if you'd like to chat. Just be mindful, here in Australia, we like to stick to time. And that's one of our, we try to make sure that we stick to time. So we've got a few minutes left, probably about, 5 or 6 minutes left before we will finish up today. But Jay Wu, come on down. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Narelle and Yvonne. It's always a pleasure to be on your presentation. I will be brief. I get excited like so many, and I do tend to be wordy. So I'm trying to do better this time. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Yvonne, and the reason being is one of my best girlfriends signed up a while back, not long after I did. She did it on my word, but she's had this thing about being able to explain the business well so that she would feel comfortable speaking to others about the ONPASSIVE business. She was so excited with your presentation last week, Yvonne. So finally, we are at peace. She's not beating me up with her questions. She loved the thoroughness and the simplicity at the same time. And as you said, Narelle, yes, we all want to help. And all I have to say is what Ron said, that thing, I'm that too. I'm also a police officer, not retired, but an ex-police officer. I have a degree in IT. So yes, I could see that the products would support the dream of Ashmi Farah, and I got in, so definitely that. Cedric, I'm agreeing with what you said too. Just get in it, regardless of what your path has been in life. I too have a lot of friends, they go, no, not so much. 3 months later, they sign up. So there's hope for those who are still looking and on the fence. And definitely, we want to consider, and those of you who are listening today, is that ONPASSIVE does have something for everyone. But the best to be had is now the founder position that they've been presenting to you. Ash doesn't want to leave anyone out, that's for sure. But the thing that he's offering individuals who have no background, no understanding, he's offering freedom of mind so that you can dream bigger, do more. The financial freedom is inherent because you can't get freedom of mind until your finances are under control. You can't attack how you want to deal with health issues until your financial situation is under control and you have some liberties. But through all of the trials that you might have in life, a community of people who have the same heart, who can transport that same feeling as our founder and CEO, Ashmi Farah, is something that you can't put a price on. So a chance for freedom at $97 or the equivalent is really something to consider. We all waste money, no matter how frugal we are. So while there's still time left, please watch the videos, nice suggestion, talk again, have someone to answer your questions. Build your confidence and take the leap, because freedom is free, but you have to choose it.
Beautiful. I love that.
Thank you so much, Jay Wu.
Love that. Thank you. Chris, did I see Marty pop on, or has he popped off again?
I just seen him on there. I think he got a phone call because he texted me and said, I got to go.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's a shame we missed him. But anyway, another time, I'm sure. It's always good to hear Marty. You know, Marty DeGamo really has that wonderful connection. He shares so much from his heart, and we would have loved to have heard Marty today as well. But anyway, we'll move on because time is running out. So I see Helene, I think it's on Passive Winners, Helene Tala from the USA. If you could just keep it to a couple of minutes. Thanks, Helene. Really appreciate you being here today and share what you'd like to share.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk. This is my first time of attending the Australian webinar. I came in a little bit late, but I got most of it. The presentation was very nice and very clear. If there are guests here, there's no reason to beat about the bush. Everything is clear. If you want to change your life, just hop in. I got in there without knowing what it was all about. A friend of mine who we've been trying to do the multi-level marketing, trying to find our way, find our feet, and always failing. So when she got this opportunity, she said, this is it, I found something, and she tried to get me in. I said, no, I'm tired of spending monies and not getting anything. He said, this one is different, just go in. Before I could even try to argue, she just went ahead to give me your email, and she signed me in. I got in when I attended the first webinar with Charles Osong and got the explanation. Since then, I've not slept. I've been on board all over trying to attend webinars, and I'm learning every day what this business is all about. And I'm sharing with all my friends, my family, those who I know they are really in need. You know, this is an opportunity, and all of us, one thing, you know, those guests who have come in, it's not by chance. You know, God is selecting a few of us in the world to change the world. So we are on mission. So those who are there, just obey the word of God and let's change the world. Join in and the train is already taken off. So we join it before it leaves you behind. So thank you very much. Let me not take much of your time.
Thank you, Helene. Really appreciate you being here and also your first time with us. We really appreciate that. If you do have anybody that comes in from Australia and New Zealand, please feel free to send them along to our webinars. We have them Mondays for us, Thursday, but if you just check out our Facebook page, we have a like page there. All of our updates are there. It's just called Australia and New Zealand on Passive Aussie Girls and a Kiwi Guy, or go to facebook.com/Nandy, NANDY.life, LIF for Freddie E. We really appreciate that. And we really appreciate you coming in. So there, all the updates are there. Yvonne might pop it into the chat box so that anybody who would like to pop over and just like our page, then you can be updated as often as we can. I would love to bring in Camilla, only because we are Australia and New Zealand. And so far we haven't had anyone from New Zealand pop on and speak this evening or today, this afternoon, morning, wherever you're coming in from. Camilla, would you like to share a little with us today?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Cool. So hi everybody that's tuned in, and all of you that are founders and the non-founders. So what can I say about ONPASSIVE? Gosh, it's really.
Camilla, how did you find ONPASSIVE? You know, what made you sort of step up and go, this is what I've been looking for? Or
for me, it was the compassion that was given by other founders. So when I was reaching out, when I wasn't even a founder, I started to reach out to founders and you know, as we do, ask questions and all of that. So I found that they were more than willing to answer any questions I had. They were just filled with excitement, you know, they were over the moon, and so that was what made me kind of make my decision, like, gosh, I want that feeling, you know, I want to be like them. It wasn't so much the what would you call it, well, because ONPASSIVE's grown so much from what it has. It was really the excitement at the time that got me wanting to be a founder and ONPASSIVE. Yeah.
When did you join, Camira?
I think I joined, gosh, I think it's been going on 2-3 years now. I think it was
So you've been-
2019.
Yeah, you've been in for a while now, and then
Yes.
just, you know, you've seen the growth of ONPASSIVE, you've seen how much it has changed, and
Yes.
the amazingness, like you said, was, you know, you went along and sort of asked questions, you know, asked questions because you needed the answers, and everybody was willing to help you, you know,
Yes.
whether they come from the other side of the world, whether they come from around the corner, you know, people are there to help you at any time of the day and night, really.
They were.
Yeah, so because that's how it happens, you know, we tend to sort of try to attend other webinars all over the world as well, because that's how we learn. We learn from those who have been in for longer than we have. If you've only just coming in, you don't have to learn anything, but you want to, because you see the amazingness of the people joining, you know, you see the visionaries, like you said, you know, it was something that you just wanted to be a part of. You just wanted to sort of hold on to it and go, this is amazing. It's different than everywhere else where you're just pitting against each other all the time and going, oh, you know, and nobody really, I hate to say this, but nobody really cares. They're just caring for themselves and putting themselves up there because they want you to help them build their team, you know. So we don't have that here. So Camira, that's fantastic.
No.
Are you a single lady, or you've got children? Are you married? You know?
No, I'm a single mother of 2 children. Yes.
Beautiful. So it's a struggle, you know, being a single mum. I was there once, 2 or 3 kids, and well, I'm still a single person, but my children are now adults. It's tough, love. You know, it really is tough. And when you don't have a lot of family around you, it's even tougher, because what you're searching for is just love and support for people to understand and care about others, you know. So I'm sure that you get a lot of that from being on the webinars, you know, that love and support, so that you can cope and, you know, get on with another new day. When the kids are playing up and you've got nobody else to sort of hand them off to, you know, it's a difficult time. So blessings to you, darling, and thank you for being here today. We really appreciate you coming on and speaking for New Zealand as well. Kenton will be with us on Thursday night, so thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
That's okay, any day. And reach out to us, Camira, if you need any help in any way.
Yes.
I'm sure that we'll be here to love on you and support you as well.
Awesome.
Okay, well, it's getting 1/4 the hour, and we're just about ready to finish up. If there is anyone who would love to have a couple of minutes to come out and say anything about ONPASSIVE, or, you know, Australia, if there's any questions that you might have for Yvonne and myself. I know Chris has got his hand. He's always waving his hand. Should we let him out and talk? Oh, he's got the crocodile hunter hat on. We call him Chris Dundee. So come on out, Chris Dundee, and say what you need to say.
I'm going to be real quick, because a couple of you, actually all of you, have said something very, very meaningful to me tonight. Mr. How do I say is it Abdua? Is that how you say your name, Abdua? Absolutely melting words in my heart, how you spoke. I'm going to actually, with your permission, I would like to reach out to my buddy Bill Muss, and I would like to catch you, what you just said, and put that on a YouTube video. I'll talk to him about in the morning. Every one of you always say great things. You really touch my heart. And then I'm going to shoot back to this New Zealand lady, Camira, who said, I think one of the nicest things I've ever heard. I've never heard it said on here before. I agree with her, how she said the overwhelmingness of the people that showed her excitement, showed her they cared. And if you are a guest on here, that's what a founder is. All right. Coming from all of your hearts, and everyone was awesome tonight, what you said, but Abdul, you shed a tear in my eye there, because I could see it came right down deep from the bottom of your heart, and that bled right into my veins, man. So, but every one of you always, I think that's what ONPASSIVE does. I call ONPASSIVE, like when I go to these Zooms, everyone seems to be a psychologist, because you know how to get everything out of us, our deep down hurts, feelings. And that's what impassive is. It's going to change all that. But I wanted to say I appreciate you, Narelle and Yvonne and Kenton, who's never here on this day, but I love him to death anyway, for what you've done. And you got some hot shot rock stars on here, and I absolutely love that. So thanks again. That's all I got again.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you're right. You know, those who share and those who have shared tonight, you find that when you come from your heart, it's just different. Everybody sees it different. You know, it's like a heart to heart connection. You know, instead of joining dots, we're joining hearts. And it's that connection all over the world. That's what I love about it. You know, there are times when I'm on a webinar that I could break down and cry because somebody's sharing something from their heart, you know, and you really resonate with that person. And I think we all have stories, we all have lives where we've come through battles. But remember, don't ever feel negative about that. You know, take from what you've gone through, make it into stepping stones and build that wall to make you higher, because you are worthy of so much more than just your past. And your past has made you who you are today. If you didn't go through all those trials and struggles and things like that, you wouldn't be who you are. And you're strong and you're amazing and you're beautiful. And that's why we all connect the way that we do, because it's that heart to heart connection. Chris is coming into us from Michigan, and Chris has his ONPASSIVE Angels. We would love for you to reach out if you want to be a ONPASSIVE angel in your country. I know that Chris is working with Ash to help with homelessness. This is big in all countries, but I know they're going to start there. Chris, if you could just share about that for 1 minute, just so that we have any new ones here who want to reach out to Chris to be in his ONPASSIVE Angels collection of people that want to help.
Thank you, Narelle. Real quick, because I'm just talking way too much tonight. I'm never afraid to talk about this. ONPASSIVE Angels is what I call an army of wonderful people that want to pick people up instead of walk over them. Ash Mafara, when he said this, he got the attention of Peter Shore, myself, Joy Six Gary. He's going to actually come to Michigan, and we're going to sit down, and his goal was to get rid of homelessness. And my God, I've never heard that in my life. I hear people say, oh, we threw some money at them. I see people walking over them. You know, that's their fault. They did that. But he's going to come up with a plan where we're going to start it in Michigan. And we want to get rid of homelessness. Can it be done? Yeah. You know why it can be done? Because someone's actually doing something about it. And myself and 1,000 other people, which I call the angels of ONPASSIVE, are going to help out. So we're going to start in Michigan, and we're going to kind of like patent it, what we're doing there. And I will be doing a lot of phone calls and emails to angels all over the world and get this going in your country. There's enough of us in every single country right now that, you know, 10, 15 people can do a whole bunch of good, because you know what's wrong in your community. So I know every one of you, where you live, there's got to be someone you know that lives on the street or in a car or under a bridge. That's what we want to change. It shouldn't be that way in any part of the world. So remember that. If you want, you could get back with you could PM me on my Facebook, or my email's not in the back office anymore since we got fired of leadership. So, but you can reach out to Narelle or Yvonne. They'll get it to you. Absolutely. And I'll stick you in the book of angels. Thanks, Narelle. Appreciate that.
No worries, Chris. Thank you. And like I said, there are many changes that are about to happen. We are united, you know, united in ONPASSIVE. It really is an honor to be a founder in this amazing company. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming today. Yvonne, do you have anything to say before I finish off?
Thank you, everybody. It's just been beautiful listening to all of you speaking, and yeah, it's been awesome, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be here on Thursday as
this
well.
week.
Same week. Ron, sorry, Ron.
I got to share. I haven't shared this with anybody, but you kind of draw me to you because of our situations in our family. I too have a daughter with cerebral palsy, And thank the Lord, she is she has been able to obtain a driver's license and drive. And she is a graduate of UCF with a master's degree in teaching the autism kids and kids with disabilities. And she's a founder. And she's a special person. And I think about you with your granddaughter. Okay. It takes a very special person, okay, to raise a person with cerebral palsy. And what you do for her is so commendable, okay, and loving that I just had to tell you that. I'm honored to know you.
Thank you, Ron. And thank you for sharing that from your heart. You know, like I said, we all have stories and we all have things that we've been through in life, and we resonate with everybody differently. You know, what one person shares, what Yvonne might share, what Kamira shared, you know, Abdu, we all have something that we speak from our heart about because we've been through it and we understand when another person may be going through that. Cerebral palsy doesn't affect the child or the young child's brain or anything, in a sense that it affects their muscles and their ability to be able to walk. Mimi has her left hand, which they call lefty, which turns, it tightens up and clubs up in a sense. So when they put her in her walker, they have to strap her hand to the walker. When they put her in a machine, the big machines cost like $190 an hour. They have to put her in a complete suit that holds her in the position that she needs to be in to have those muscles relearn, you know, retrain those muscles to think differently. They put her in front of a mirror so she actually sees herself walking, to visualize, you know, that this is how the body should be. So thank you, Ron, for sharing. I know that we all have amazing hearts. I do appreciate each and every one of you tonight. I am going to finish off soon because yeah, it's time. And love to you all. Appreciate each and every one of you. Our next meeting is on Thursday evening, Australian time. Please, again, if you haven't, like our Facebook page, reach out to Yvonne, myself, or any one of these beautiful people here, and they will be able to give you any of those details. I think for the ES time, it's probably about 4 a.m. in the morning, which Chris doesn't normally come to that one. And but our brother Kenton Patterson does come on to our Thursday night. Again, thank you so much. Please unmute your mics and say goodbye to us all. Thank you. Love to all.
God bless you.
Good night
We
from
love you.
Florida.
Thank you.
Bye,
everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Make sure you get a copy of this.
Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Orlando.
Hi,
Good
from
night.
Philadelphia.